comedy, Rachel Price.
Return to is where I went.
It's where you almost ended up.
Oh God, I never had any threat of jail. I come in with all the bacchanal. I have returned.
Caribbean insight really is dynamite. Caribbean insight really super was spite. Caribbean insight enjoy day or night. Caribbean insight really is dynamite.
This is the movement of our people, our history, and our culture to the world.
Show her some love! Show her some love! She had to be up here in her cold ass winter! Show her some goddamn love!
Look, she may look wonderful. You like it? Somebody say no. Send your man. Thank you. For anybody that want to know exactly how to do it, check me in the back. But don't come just to mind my business. Because I know the rumor mill wonderful. You understand? It's great. People just come up with all kind of things, especially Caribbean people. But what we don't understand as a race is that the more time you spend on other people's business, the less time you spend on yours. Say yeah. And I know that the haters in the house, there are plenty of people that say, I can't stand she. And when you ask them why, I don't know. And I could tell you why they ain't gonna like me. Some of them. Let me talk in percentage. 10% of my see was with the man. That is before I found and accepted the good Lord. The other 90%, 40 out of that is because they can't handle the truth. When I say any woman that leave the children home alone to go and either take man or party is a bitch, you're bound to hear like me. Any woman that only studying or the father don't get them nothing and the children ain't have no father and running down the father and ain't studying, that they ain't have a mother either, they bound to hear like me. Anybody that's a trini, and when I say manning is a ass, they bound to hear like me. So I know it covered. But once like me, I good. You see, life is a journey. I now start mine. Weight loss is just a little drop in the bucket, and me I lose the weight because I had to look prettier or to get sexy or wear nice clothes. Hello? I could have taken any man in here 300 pounds and send them back better than I get them. Thank you. But don't worry, it have certain parts of me I intend to keep fat. However, you have to, as a black woman, hypertension, heart disease and diabetes, that's kill we more than AIDS. And I had the AIDS thing down pat. I tell myself after all them toto I take I get AIDS, I is not to get none now. To the hypocrites in the house, they bound to air like me because it have plenty women that just act like they can't mash ants, and when you check them in the night they crack in batchak. I know I ain't take all, but I take some. Yes, I have to be real. I take it. No man ain't meeting me no virgin and a 16-year-old child. Where she come from? It have women in Trinidad hustling to Miami to put back their hymen and spending $3,000 US. $3,000 US, one prick and it gone. In my old age, you could see me going and spend 3,000 US for something a prick could take. I's ass. I go put a balloon if you so want a pop. And as you're reaching, I go bust it. You break something. If you want, while you come in, I could pelt a glass. If you so need to hear a crack. But you have to love yourself. I'm tired. But I tell myself, the race is not for the swiftest, but who does endure to the end. Because I need to tell my sisters, nobody is worth your soul. Nobody. Not your man, not your parents, not your children. At the end of the day, all you have to account for is you. You. When I tell somebody the other day, I say, girl, were you tussling and telling me about children? Well, the children, I said, girl, the children killing you. Well, they eat, I have to go and cook. No, it have bread. My child will be 16 and watch me, she know how to use her phone. She robbed me enough. Hello, if you give that girl $100 to buy papers, 3 papers is $1. If you don't ask that bitch for your $97, you ask back. I see walking behind her, when me change. Oh God, mommy. And she's giving me the prestige thing, mommy, you get your money. And I'll be like, I want it now. Oh God, mommy, you don't act like a crackhead, so. For my money, you have to rest and start to give up the little things. If your man hungry, he know how to use a phone. You know how much people deliver thing? And I sure if you're with your man more than 20 years, you get home already. If you know how to call the nanny, you know how to call for food. Say yeah. Rest. Some of the women need to just take a 5, take a breather, lie down, love yourself. That last little pittance, go and give yourself a pedicure. By the French people, not the Koreans. Love up yourself. Recognize that within loving yourself, you ain't need that extra slice of chocolate cake. Recognize that within loving yourself, instead of hustling to take the elevator, take the steps. It does fall off. Instead of telling yourself, oh God, I could do it a Moby, drink pure water. It didn't even have to be bottled water, because that is shit. I want to know all this spring water. It have no spring nowhere in Brooklyn. When last you see a spring in Prospect Park? One set of spring water all about the place, and they're telling me it come from Finland. It's alright. Just get some normal water, boil it, and put it to cold. No! I don't get us. Who talking while I talking? To the people that want to criticize and talk about Trinidad is a paradise, it is. To the people that asking me, oh God, Pricey, we glad to see you, you make it out. As if I'm coming from a refugee camp. Yes, it's bad. The crime ridiculous. But I refuse to bad talk my country anywhere else. I refuse. Don't ask me how it going. It have an internet. Get on it. The other day, so it had a friend of mine who owned a bar. It had a bad shooting. And I hear a bunch of media people talking about, oh, well, you know, we're in the siege. We have to stay home. To us was with that. I born in Trinidad and nobody is to make me scared where I live in. You bad I was. If I dead, my child rich. I spend enough money in insurance. But I ain't going down just so. You crazy? You can't want what I have more than me. I work for it. However I walk, on my feet or on my back is mine. But you know, the thing about it is, at the end of the day, it's a question of respect. These little boys, and I'm talking about my people, because at the end of the day, it's my people doing it, you know. We black people, we African playing the ass. We. Because if I walk in down Charlotte Street 2 o'clock in the morning, and I see 4 Indian, me afraid. If I walk in down Charlotte Street 2 o'clock in the morning and I see 4 Chinese, me afraid. They're going to have to line up all the total back to back for one rape. If I walk in down Charlotte Street 2 o'clock in the morning and I see a 4th Syrian, they're waiting on something. They must be bringing in cloth. Curtain, Christmas coming. But if I walk in down Charlotte Street 2 o'clock in the morning and I see 1 African, I'm ready to shit bricks. I have to pretend I'm peeing on myself to come off the road, dribble, for him to feel I'm mad and leave me alone. And that cannot be right. The other day I walking on the road and a little boy gave me talk. Now, the average woman, and I know some of all, you're a little scared. Sometimes me too. Sometimes. But I had to stop and ask him, I say, who you calling babes? I get babes when I was 16. I get babes now. And family and pulling. No. And then want to disrespect me. As I point him out, I say, little boy, you come from me. You smell my mother? No. But I could be. It's a question of lack of respect. Just respect. I don't want nobody love. I want you to respect me. And for those of you that not demanding it, you have to get it. Because black man, you come from me. Don't tell me no stupidness, but you have to hit me to get me in line. Any man that could hit a woman is a coward. And only woman have to stop taking shit. Me don't care. All I want to take a little lash and then keep it quiet. I'm telling you, whole world, you lash me. You hit me, I'm running down the road half naked. My breast done flying already. Because I lose weight and they like 2 wet socks. I'm telling you, if I move this bra, hello. I had nice breasts, remember them? They used to be up, hello. I tell you, and my friends and I'm saying, my price for the implants, no partner. I have a problem with plastic in my body. That's why you know I really don't use the condom. That's why I know I ain't getting AIDS. Me ain't going through that. No. I tell myself, and everybody putting these implants, everybody, you know. So if everybody breasts looking the same, my wet socks gonna be fashionable just now. Because you know mine gonna be different. They gonna say everybody on up in the look price on looking like 2 spendulum. Let me swing there. At the end of the day, my friends, I know you all up here looking for a better life, and power to you. I love Barack. When I look at Obama, and I don't like Obama because he's a black man. Well, I lie. I like Obama because he's a black man, but he's a black positive man. Give me that. Give me that. But at the end of the day, people just want to talk a such a stupidness about race. Yes, it boiled down to race. And I hope all of us that are legal go in and vote. Thank you. Because they're talking about how he could do worse. You can't do much worse than effing Bush. How much worse you could be than Bush? And I could say what I want. Because immigration will have to look for me Brooklyn big. How much worse? I don't know about all you, but Bush is a special child. You could see it. I'm serious. He used to look like if George Bush and Barbara Bush family was cousins. For those of you that don't find that funny, I do. He's special. He do much worse. And as for McCain, well, he was going good. But I tell myself at his age, I know white men. They can't last 4 minutes, far less 4 years. And that's the young ones. But this jackass they put called Sarah Palin, God bless that. Because she can't be right in her head. No, she really out there. That girl is with the sun and the stars, man. And I'm using my Yankee accent, she's out there. She's out there. Sisters, I'm telling you, she's out there. In the interview, I've got to find out who that is. Talking about you need to abstain because sex is, bad, and the children. You want to tell people sex bad. Stay away from all toto. You can't run your own household. You want to tell the country? It'll work for you. It go work for we. Stay away from prick. She clearly don't know about black man toto. Stay away. That's my kryptonite. As I see it a week. But you see, they keep teaching us that sex bad. Because when you want to eliminate a race, the best thing to do is eliminate the way they reproduce. You're mad. Black man, you prick wonderful. It's not your prick we afraid, it's your hand, your foot and your head. And because you know you prick good, you want to give everybody, it's not communion. Give me, I'm done. That is the problem. Black man know it good. Let me tell all the women a little secret. Anytime you want to keep a man, pretend you don't like him. That bitch will follow you around for years. Treat him like a dog. Serious man love bad treatment. They don't move. I cuss my man every day. What the hell wrong with you? Serious, and when he asking for sex, I do it with bad mind. Okay. You finish? It's sweet. You done? I ain't letting him feel I like it at all. Hurry up. Ever so often his mama got him like his birthday or the night before my birthday or Christmas. The man say, let you see it again. You want it's not how it does look, it's how it does feel. I don't talk cash in with the platinum card. Thanksgiving sale coming up. I want us to stop for a second and recognize that this thing called race bigger than all of us. Yes, they have crazy Sarah Palin, but at the end of the day, she represents a sector of this country. They exist. They are real. And it is amazing. I was in Miami last week, and a little white girl came to me, Obama. And I tell him, I said, but she mad. Yeah, Obama. Bless. And in the back of my mind, I said, she don't know I going on the morning. Because if you're talking about these little jackass boys that want to thief, rob, kill, murder, and kidnap because of lack of respect, we have to head for the government. Oh God. At the end of the day, we could not put bars on them back. No way. No way. No oil money flowing and bars and all. Oh God. I tell them the other day, they need to I don't want bars back in office. Yes, but we need to put a beeper by the treasury. So if me passing 2 blocks up or 2 blocks down, it go yeah, stand a bars light. Me don't trust them. But manning at the end playing the ass. One set of tall building all of a sudden on the port. What going in it? They build one big Hyatt. I tell myself they only put in bed for the Spanish to walk. One set of nonsense. New building, new this, new that. And our legacy, our heritage, all them great buildings around the savannah, rotten. So what you're showing me is you don't care about the old. So it's a great lack of respect coming right down. I don't know nothing about putting my old people, my grandparents in nursing home. Me don't know that. My grandmother and my great-grandmother dead in the bed that they grew up in, the house they buy with the family. I thank God every day that my child meet her grandmother and her great-grandmother and her great-great. Because the oldest teach the young. You ain't know where you're going if you ain't have a clue as to where you come from. What's wrong with we as a people? Everybody talking about the next and the next. What happened to the past? I'm not going brave and cocksure, you know. Sometimes you just have to have a little sense. I know about race to a point. For research purposes, I've done a few things. I've observed a few things. If a man running here now with a bomb, the white men who think white people feel, you know, they have a closer connection to God, will get up and try to talk to the man. They go say, my brother, you don't need the bomb. We're here for you. That's unnecessary. You really don't need the bomb. Every black man worth his salt that able, we go meet and connect to it. When you toes off and you realize, hey, my partner not behind me, but wonder what is he seeing with EJ? I know you coming there. The Syrians, if we have any in the house, go with the checkbook to buy the bomb. The Chinese go realizing everything made in China, that we bomb. And the Indians will realize the bar is now unattended. Now you take a drink before we dead. You just have to know and understand your people. Accept them and tolerate them for who and what they are and move on. In Trinidad, when they want to talk race, I get real vexed because my grandmother was a Maraj. Hence my uncles. And my lack of ass. No matter what I do with nothing, it don't work. Nothing. I try it. It is hurt and it don't work. For research purposes only. You just have to know your people and love them. I keep talking to Trinidadians, this stupid thing called race. You feel I have time to wonder if there's an Indian. No, there's a sweet little man that might have money. Give everybody the jacket and the space and time. And black men always know about the other races, boy. Is that because when I had my daughter, first man, I was for a Chinese. Yeah, my daughter father's a Chinese. I start off small. And I did love he all. And you know how much of them used to come? Girl, because them days are sweet. Girl, it's a Chinese girl. Praise you, mother, a Chinese. And I used to say, he have a good heart. And he love me all. Chinese, black man always know about the other races. When they see the man out now, good praise you. Well, I ain't getting all of that heads up. Speculate. Praise your mother. Yeah, leave me there. I had a black man partner who killed he dead. No. So he pick up with a girl that is stammer. Now I know the girl real good. I ain't gonna call her. Well, forget the camera. I didn't want to call her name because DVD does reach home. But talk about stammering, when I see her in the mall, I just duck. Because she does take a while. You see how I go about price wise the scene and keep going? Price. And long. And I can't take it. So I can imagine when I see we partner cockshow, I go call him cockshow. With this girl. Because I tell myself he can't talk and she just take long to talk, so they may have no conversation at all. So they go in the savannah. Of all places to take a bull. Now I stopped bulling in the savannah years now. For research purposes. Wanted to know what the moon would have feel like. And I realized it does have strange things going on in there. Savannah and hollows, paddock, not for me. So the man, you know, we call him cockshow because Kelly there, you know. He's sweet. He on top. And he go in. And she stammering. Like the story I get. And he bawling, look at you, you bitch. That's what you want to say. Yeah. And he bawling, yes, as a black man you getting, girl. Bounce on it, bounce on it. And he going, if you see him. Next minute all he hear was, good night. I will have your belongings, please. And they get robbed. When the bandit leave, she turn in and tell him, he said, girl, we use a real set of parties. You could have tell me that somebody there hear him. Yeah, that is what I was trying to tell you. Bandit. Behind you. Good night, Brooklyn.
And it's only happening where? On CITV.
I'm the Lord Kitchener.
This is Denise Saucy Belfon.
This is KMC.
My name is Barry Sam.
This is Marshall Montano.
And I hope you will do as I do. Keep listening to them.
Caribbean inside. Caribbean inside.
Hi, I'm Kenny Phillips, and you're tuned into Caribbean Insight, keeping culture alive.
The next performer coming on stage is no stranger. She is one of the queens of comedy in the Caribbean. Sit back, relax, ladies and gentlemen, and put your hand together, gracing the stage, Rachel Price. Bring she on. Woo!
Scouting for Talent was one of the greatest exploits into our imagination ever. All you could sit down there and say what all they want about, oh, it was low budget, this and that and the next. But Scouting was the epitome of Trini culture. You used to sit down home in your house and shame at what you seen on the screen. All you bring a mic stand for me, quick. Like all you forget Scouting. Scouting was the worst. People talking about they couldn't get sponsorship and the show had to come off. I wish I had the money to bring it back. Holly Bitodier, for those of you who do not remember, he was the host. Holly Bitodier used to pelt cricks into the crowd. And while he pelting cricks, you go to make sure you have. And when Holly started to say, what cricks good with? He used to say you could eat cricks and saltfish. You tell him how to do with a cricks and saltfish. Scouting for Talent put people like, unleash people like Charmaine Ford. Remember she? Charmaine, you don't remember Charmaine Ford who used to open her whole mouth. You used to see Charmaine Ford's stomach, everything she ate 3 months ago. When she started singing, and she could really sing. There were 3 songs that were necessary for Scouting for Talent. One of them, I believe that children are our future. And that required a Yankee accent. No matter where you're from, the depths are grande. the Bakai Kakos, the Basin and Dego. When you were singing, I believe that children are the future, the greatest love of all. You needed a Yankee accent. Another song was Memories. And that required high drama. If you couldn't act, don't bother to attempt the people's song. And last but not least, you had to kick in a gospel one day at a time. Sweet Jesus. When you were singing, I believe the children are our future. See my accent done coming in, it was second nature. I believe the children. You can't start the song with your eye open. That was unheard of. Anytime you start, I believe that children are our future, with your eye open, you're lost. You disrespect the tune. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. And some people used to overdo it. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laugh. If it was Charmaine Ford, laugh. You know, a kind of lady wonder and all wrong there. Have to. If you were singing the greatest love of, not the greatest love of all, if you were singing Memories, I tell you, man and woman doing this shit, you know. Memories. Like the corners of my mind, misty we were scattered pictures. I refuse to pick up the stand. Don't worry, Marcus there. Where you going with it? Why all your Chinese so? You come, you bend, you under me, you take it. And go. You moonlighted like Shireen Hart. Where is she? If you were singing, though, if you were singing this song, you needed a country and western accent. You had to get into your deep western. What's the name of the song? Let me just make sure you're paying attention. One day at a time. I know, I want the people in the back to say it. Because you're coming to change the world. You're coming to let them know that you have given your life to God. And you're taking it one day at a time. And they should do the same. One day at a time, sweet Jesus. That's all I'm asking of you. Lord, teach me today. Show me the way, what I have to do. One day at a time. may never be mine. Lord, show me the day to do every day, one day at a time. All I can say was only one, but that was entertainment. That was we. No more. I have no idea who these people are. When I see Trinis on the road, sometimes I just tell myself, look, price hush. I have no idea. Again, what my culture is. Long time, you could have gone in a Trinidadian house and know it's a Trinidadian. Now we let in Home and Garden tell we what to put in we house. You are not a Trinidadian if you go in your house and you don't have a bag with other bag in it. It's either behind the fridge, it's between two cupboards, it's under the sink. You don't throw away bag, especially these days because price not put in your fucking meeting box. I just see my daughter pelting my bag. I said, but who is this Grenadian? Why is she living here? We don't throw away plastic bag. Even with food change. With food. The other day I drinking some condensed milk. I opened the tin and I pour out some because I was making tea for a friend. The condensed milk just come rushing out. I said, but what the? I don't know about all you. But I grew up in a household that when you open the tin of condensed milk, you have to blow. Because it's so thick. It had to take its time and come out. Long time when a man say, boy, that pussy was like condensed milk, you know the thing thick. Now if they say the pussy run like condensed milk, you say she's sick. It's just not the same. And what pisses me off more and more is our ability to accept mediocrity in a nation of intelligent fucking people. Since when we can't protest? All over the world, there are civilized protests. And you telling me you actually sitting down and pissing on my neck and telling me rain falling? Because you are telling me that we are going for first world status. First world status means the right to argue with your leaders. You have a right to object peacefully. The most peaceful set of people I ever come across is Street Canal. You ever hear them slap anybody? Peter Telfer and them folks, you carry guns. There. I said, but wait. And you know what? I catch the drum it by accident, you know. For research purposes, I was driving through St. James. Because they say Bryce City had no traffic at all. The street clean. I said, St. James. Alright. I had my plan, you know. Get through St. James and I hear the drums and stop because I love a drum. And my daughter is pissed. Mommy, you always have me in this. The sun is hot. You don't like AC. I can't stand AC. The sun is hot. You don't like AC. And I, as usual, am suffering. I said, don't worry, I'll give you $100. Who could have feeling cool? Just so a breeze blow. The child amazing. So we listening to the drums and the drums going good. Next minute I see one set of police. I said, but wait, Saleke call me. I only owe them for 2 months. Then they run past the van. So I started looking in the rearview mirror. Then I catch me. I said, they're going in there. Oh God, what's going on? So I come out of the car. As I come out, I hear the door lock and the windows going up. So I knock the glass. She said, if anything happen, I hear. She not confrontational. And I see, watch me, if you see police, not no ordinary looking police that with us, not the Ming Piling in grey flannel. No. These people had on the bulletproof vests and the bulletproof leggings. I didn't even know they had leggings. And some big guns. If you see them strap on back and front. I said, but he man down in there. What is this? Real war? War, you know. Remember Desert Storm? Them uniform. I said, but what the hell? When I look up snipers on top St. James Police Station, I said, but they found that staircase? Those of you that ain't get it, don't bother. I said, but what the hell is this? But me, I'm moving. And I am looking like pricey. Because this is pricey here. But on off day, excuse me. People just walk up and say, you're really Rachel Price? I mean, no, I get that all the time. Serious, I do that, serious. The other day, a woman was bad talking me in a nail shop. And she said, you know, you look like Rachel Price. I said, serious? She said, girl, if I tell you, I'm watching you from the side and you really look like Rachel Price. I said, well, I scared that. She said, you get scared that? That has nothing to say. Not that is a bitch. I said, you know, she well here, girl. I know that girl, real girl. Since she was going southeast. One hog. And the man not doing my nails. The man does do my nails sometimes. Watching me and blinking. And I'm going on and on. I said, southeast this time. She talking about whoever she think is Rachel Price. Because I know I went St. Francois. And the people she talking about me, I know. And if somebody walking and say pricey like they reckon car out there, I say, I come in. Meaning you doesn't need to reveal, I just look down. Tell them say pricey, make me lose a customer. She never come back. So my hair band up in my little colors and thing. I put away the weave. No makeup. I want a little short pants. Yes, I'm venturing into short pants these days. And a little t-shirt, something. And that's it. And I looking on and nobody ain't taking me on and I watching every move. And I say, look at these kunu munus. Because you can't call them nothing else but kunu munus. And I am amazed, my friends. You know when you see a sea of people and you're guessing whether or not some people ship it and somebody but me, I am a fool. Yes, look back in disbelief. That's how I watch them police. Because people talking about, oh, they had so many protests. Look what happened the other day in Amsterdam. And look what happened the other day in this place. This is Trinidad. You hear me? And everybody in here know that when we're protesting, it is all mass. Name one protest you know that turned violent since Butler dead. And for the young people in the house that don't know who Butler talking about, Uriah Buzz Butler was a man before a highway. Because plenty children didn't know the history. They don't know. They don't know. And better than not knowing, they don't want to know. And better than not wanting to know, we're not willing or want or have the time to tell them. Protest in this country does go one way. When you're outside Whitehall with your placard, everybody does assemble for 7. We want money. We want it now. We want money. We want money, and they up and down. We want money. By 11:30 when somebody reach with the set of beers. We want money. We want it now. We want money. Want it now. Peter! Manning mothers. Money. We want money. We want it now. Oh, go. And they're whining and want money without placard. This is the only country in the world where when the protest done, the placard still there. People just go home with the placard. When they say you went and protest with the placard, yeah, that protest was nice. This damn fool walk with stag and the next one come with roti and the thing hard but we eat it. Ask for what you want, it will come. These set of stupid demands and ill-timed demands is what does mess you up. You don't start to talk about house rent, mortgage, bill and Republic Bank 4 o'clock in the morning. There's not the time to discuss nothing unpleasant. You're going to work. He had to face a boss he like. He had to face a secretary that is going to give him sex if you don't hush. He has so many things coming at him and you there nagging. Yep, he not hearing you, you know. It's like, why this fucking girl don't leave me in the fucking... My mother really tell me, don't marry this. Alright. But why I breed this bitch? The man is literally washing the balls and balling. Why this girl don't move, Jed? You want your man to be silly putty, you want him to be soft in your hand, literally you have to get him soft. To get him soft, you have to start him off hard. For those of you that knock oral sex, you're stupid. God, there is silence. I have a space in my teeth for a reason. Foreskin, love it. It's a hook. Then have nothing. Like a proper blowjob on a Friday. Oh God. And instead of yeast, you mix it down with butter, baking soda, and coconut milk. God, it's a real woman taking recipe right now. And instead of using MSG and thing, try a Maggie cube. It will lower your cholesterol. Oral sex is wonderful. Wonderful. You do have a man in here that do appreciate a blowjob. It is watch me. Go home and try it. It clears their mind. Serious, the man does just find a connection. Your man come home angry? Okay. Boy, them price a real vex price. I call a coffee in the face. Look, let me just go and bear it. Okay. You should have cuffed him. Glad you didn't. Okay. Line down. You didn't pay the game, baby. Can't get sports max. Why come on for? Just start to gently rub the balls. Don't use your whole arm. You just need 2 fingers. Just rub the balls. Don't say nothing. You ain't need to talk. He don't want to hear you. Just rub the balls. And then, of course, he's going to put up a resistance. Because I really ain't feeling for no sex right now, you know. I don't want no sex either. I rubbing your balls. I just let you know. Fucking people, I mean real vex, but you know I ain't getting back that car today. I mean 3 more days with that fucking rental. For the connoisseurs in the house, just slide a little cup of ice. Slide. Don't let me see the ice. Slide a little cup of ice closer to the bed. Just rub the balls. You can hum a pleasant tune. But I talk to you, I'm rubbing the balls. Then you lie down under your arm and say, babes, I'm here for you. 1 line. Kill it real hard out there. I know. But just know that I love you. Now for those of you with false teeth, don't try that. If you know your teeth is secure, don't nibble. If you're not sure about the strength of your jaw, don't nibble on the man toto. For the connoisseurs in the house, you just take a little nibble. Price, I tell you, I want no sex. This is not sex. I'm playing with you. Juggly balls. Just play with him. Throw a little eyelash on it. Blink at the totty. Because it's not about him, it's you and the toto. You're forming a connection. And the toto is like, but what is wrong with this ass we belong to? Get hard, balls up. The toto is summoning the blood. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? And you then start on your man. Work it over. Make sure it's shiny. Turn off the lights. The balls, the toto must glow. And just before, because he goes, price. Just before he break, start. You know I pay that phone bill. That is timing. Because the next girl, I don't care. All right, it paid. And if I go make a Maggie. When you suck the balls, watch the toes. The man all you want to watch in the eye. I just see a woman. I walk in the other day in Hilo and a partner mine telling me, price. The man only asking me for it. It's like she married her. I can't do that. Price. I neither. Hand me the ketchup. You can't do that. Anybody that's not doing it, let me help you out. Somebody is doing it for you. Because in this country, people like to talk about, oh, you know, we're regulating this and we're regulating that, and who's getting in? They are among us. Forget aliens, did they? Serious? Yeah, did they? I see them. They had 2 prostitutes, and the judge gave them 15 months. And the judge wrong for whoring. Send them back. They'll be here within a week, but send them back. End of text. Because how they get here in the first place? They ain't have no passport. They ain't coming through Piaco, you know. It's a bunch of pirogue with a set of hoe sailing across as we speak. No compass, nothing. Nanny directing them. And what killing me is the stories the media has come up with. These 2 so-called prostitutes. Now these people, they take a man here, they catch them on the shore, pulling up. Now I doubt them 2 girls was rowing the boat. And the police find them. We police that don't investigate nothing. So you mean to tell me that 3 police just passing down the road and they tell themselves over yonder in the dark there are whores in a pirogue. These people who are lessons in investigative society and procedures, them realize that in the dark 2 whores in a pirogue pulling up. No coast guard, no bright light, them just on the sand. How they reach? From Colombia to here, where they pass? If I blow my nose between here and Tobago, somebody know. What you telling me? And nobody questioned the police and they put in a report. They were just, in the vicinity of the pussy. And get them 2 girls. And lock them up. I said, but wait, did these people mad? I have a problem with people talking about stupidness how they ask, oh, we need to get the guns off the streets. We're not supposed to get the guns off. We're not supposed to get the guns in. And maybe you're talking about all these little black boys have guns. Where the fuck they get it? Laventino has no gun factory. And when last I checked Trinidad and Tobago, and the whole don't have it either. How it reaching? Oh my God, Rachel, there are drugs and there's so many drugs in our society. My stoosh friends always tell me. And I'm saying a prayer for Lavanty because there are so many drugs up there. How they get there? It has more drugs, my friends, in Westmoreland than in Lavanty. Because to get drugs, you have to have money. Tell me they're selling. Don't tell me they're buying. Because poor people don't buy drugs from other poor people.
Inside TV, your home for culture. Remember to follow all protocols to stop the spread of the coronavirus. Take care of yourselves and each other. I'm Lady V, and I'll catch you at the next pit stop.
Baby, you know doggone well I'm in love with you, and you alone, but I can't miss this carnival day back in St. Vincent. I gotta go home. Dreams it's going through my mind for a very long time. I jumped since 69. Woman, I'm meeting Vincent Mass at Victoria. Vincent Mass, I can't wait no longer. Mass at Victoria, and they singing Lord, glory, hallelujah. California girl, I can't wait no longer. California girl, Mass at Victoria.